Hey everyone, Paul at Mighty here. I'm in the engineering room at Mighty Products, and we're right above the production floor. Now we've just finished setting up a Mighty M12. It's a dual mode cleaner. It can clean carpets and it can clean tile and grout. Now let's go over the setup and the features that come with it. Now first off, when you pull your Mighty M12 out of the box, you're going to find a few things. You'll find this little stop sign. It talks about registering your product. It's really simple. Just go to mighty.com/help. Also, you're going to find this nice little flyer that takes you step by step on how to set up your cufflinks. And we'll get into that more later. And as always, you're going to find a handy, easy to follow manual. It's really easy, so when you get a chance, take a look at it. But we're going to go through this manual step by step on the features and the usage of this machine. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the items that come with the Mighty M12. As I mentioned before, you get two cufflinks, a 2-inch and an 1.5 inch. You also get a 45-degree drain valve. Now, I'm going to go into more specifics on how to set these up in just a little bit. Another thing you're going to notice is a large black hanger. This hanger is great for holding cords and hoses. Let's set it up right now. Now when you look at your M12, you're going to notice all these brass inserts. The ones we're concerned with are the ones on the vacuum tank. There's 2 here and there's 2 on the other side. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and mount it right here on this side. But when you set up your hanger, you can put it on whatever side you're comfortable with. The hardware is also included. It's just 2 simple small screws. So we'll just put the screws on finger tight. We want to make sure we don't cross thread the screws into the brass inserts. Then we're just going to use a Phillips screwdriver. And because it's brass inserts, you don't have to go very tight. We're just going to snug them up, and that's all there is to it. Now you're also going to notice 2 big power cords that come with your M12. They're 50-foot 12-3 power cords. Let's hook them up. They hook up to the pigtails that are in the back of the machine. You're going to notice each pigtail is equipped with a cord lock. Now the cord lock is great because once your cords are connected and you're rolling your machine around, you don't have to worry about the cords coming unplugged. Let's show you how to set that up. Now go ahead and plug your cords in like normal. And then you just lock it into place. It's that simple. Now we've got 2 pigtails connected to 2 cords. Now you're going to notice there's one on the top, one on the bottom. The top cord controls your vacuum motor number 1, your vacuum motor number 2, and your pump out pump. The cord on the bottom is going to power your 1200 psi pump, your 220 psi pump, and your 2000 watt heater. So there's a lot of components, and we've got 2 cords. Each cord needs to be plugged in to a separate circuit. And you're going to know when you're on separate circuits because you're going to see the amber light on the switch plate light up nice and bright. Now also, you'll see the drain valve in the back. Now here's where that 45-degree drain spout comes into play. It presses right onto the valve, and then when you're ready to dump your dirty water into either a toilet or a 5-gallon bucket, it will direct the dirty water right where you need it to go. Alright, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the switch plate. Now one of the first things you're going to notice on the switch plate is the amber light. Now remember we talked about plugging your M12 into 2 separate circuits. When you do that, this amber light will come on nice and bright. That means your machine is ready to go. Now let's take a closer look at the switches. You're going to notice they're waterproof switches, and the top 2 activate your 2 vacuum motors, vac 1 and vac 2. Your switch on the bottom left operates your pump out, and the switch on the bottom right, you'll notice, is a 3-position switch. It's a little different from the other ones. Now it's off in the middle, But then if you flip it to the left, which says carpet, you'll turn on a 220 psi pump and a 2,000 watt heater. And you're ready for cleaning carpets. Now you'll know that you're in carpet mode because you'll see these two red lights light up. Each light is connected to 1,000 watts of the heater. So 2,000 watt heater, two red lights. Now when you're ready to do tile and grout cleaning, that same switch, flip it to the right where it says tile, and you'll turn off the 220 psi pump and you'll turn off the 2,000 watt heater, and you'll activate a 1,200 psi adjustable pump. And you'll know that pump's on because you'll see your gauge activated. The M12 features a 15-gallon solution tank and a 15-gallon recovery tank. Let's take a closer look at the solution tank. There's a few different ways to utilize this tank. You can either pre-spray your area and just fill your tank with fresh, clean water. Or you can pre-mix your solution and pour it right into the solution tank. Or you can even use the unique autofill feature of this unit. Let's take a closer look on how to set that up. You'll find the autofill connection in the back of the unit. It's a top fitting here. Simply unthread the cap. If you find that's too tight, just use a 9/16 wrench to loosen it. Now we'll take our 1/2-inch garden hose, connect one end up to the autofill fitting, the other will connect to a faucet. Simply turn on the faucet and water will begin flowing to the solution tank. Now the autofill will take care of the rest. When the water level rises, the autofill will shut off flow of water to the tank. But when that water level drops, the autofill will kick back in and allow water to begin flowing to the unit again. Now let's take a look at our pump out. Same thing, we'll unthread the cap and we'll take an additional 1/2-inch garden hose. Connect one end up to our pump out and the other end to wherever you desire to drain the tank. And then simply turn on our pump out switch. Let's take a closer look at the two knobs in the front of the machine. First off, the one on the bottom adjusts the pressure of your 1,200 psi pump. Now remember, your 1,200 psi pump is a pump that comes on when you turn on to tile mode. If you turn it clockwise, you'll increase the pressure. If you turn it counterclockwise, you'll decrease the pressure. Now you'll notice the small knob above. That's your prime valve. There's a couple different ways to use your prime valve. First off, when you pour a solution into your tank and you have your 1,200 psi pump turned on, that's in tile mode. If you have any issue with the pump priming, simply turn your prime valve to the vertical position. Then turn your vacuum motors on. The suction from the vacuum motors will help pull fluid through the pump. Once your pump is primed, simply turn your prime valve in the horizontal position and you're ready to run. Now let's go over the cufflinks I had talked about earlier. Remember, it came with a 2-inch cufflinks and an 1.5 inch. Now cufflinks are great. They replace the vinyl cuffs on vacuum hose. Now you probably know that vinyl cuffs in the wintertime are hard to put on the inlets, and after a while vinyl cuffs start to wear out and they become too loose. You're not going to have that problem with cufflinks. Let's put on an 1.5 inch to an 1.5 inch vac hose and show you how it works. So we'll take our 1.5 inch vacuum hose, unthread the vinyl cuff, we'll thread on the cufflinks, and then it's ready to be put onto our starter cuff. It's very simple. Twist it on clockwise for a positive seal. Then we're ready to put on our solution hose. Now with QDs, simply pull the ring back on the female, snap in our male, and we're ready to run. So now that we've gone over the features and the functions of the M12, let's put it to work.